Impaired by definition means weakened or damaged. When you were intoxicated or high, it is said that you were impaired, meaning that your control over your bodily functions has been weakened. What you could normally do sober, you may not be able to do under the influence. And what you do under the influence, you may not normally do sober. In this video, I want to share with you how negative influences can impair a person's life, but also how that same life can be transformed into one that has a hope and a future. I'm Josiah Hall, and this is True Freedom Ministries. Good morning, world, and welcome back to the channel. There's a song by Jamie Johnson called The High Cost of Living Ain't Nothing Like the Cost of Living High. The title of that song is powerful, but more importantly, it's true. In 2016, there were over 64,000 deaths due to illicit drug overdoses in America, and over 14,000 were heroin related. Approximately 80% of those incarcerated have abused drugs or alcohol. 58% of all driving fatalities are alcohol and or drug related. Have the effects of getting high begun to hit home yet? New research has discovered that 9 out of 10 high school students have experimented with at least one illicit drug, primarily alcohol, because it's extremely common at high school parties. Some, however, don't really consider it to be a drug. Why? Because it is legal to possess and use if you are of age. Alcohol abuse impairs the user substantially to the degree that a lot of heinous and violent crimes are committed by those that are under its influence. Studies show that teens who are substance abusers are more likely to commit violent crimes, get involved in accidents that involve criminal negligence, and become victims of crime. Some say it's no big deal. That's what kids do. Is it? There's an old saying that states attitude reflects leadership. Who's leading you today? Whose influence do you find yourself yielding to the most? Many say this generation is tomorrow's leaders. What about you? Do you see yourself as a leader or a follower? When others see you, what do they see? Image tends to be everything to some today. What is it to you? Are you okay with a tarnished image and reputation linked to promiscuity, drugs, prison, violence, and vanity? Is going to prison a badge of honor? Do you reject those who are trying to help you live a better life? According to research, many have unplanned pregnancies which lead to either a baby or an abortion. Many of those who have chosen to keep their baby struggle to provide the kind of life they would want for their child. Those whose pregnancies end in abortion struggle with psychological effects like regret, guilt, shame, depression, suicidal thoughts and feelings, eating disorders, and insomnia. What if I told you there was a way to fix impairment, a way for what's damaged in your life to be repaired and what's weakened in your life to be strengthened? What if I told you that I could prove beyond any reasonable doubt that Jesus Christ is real and that the answer to your impairment was in Him? Would you receive it? In Hebrews 10:31 it says, "It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God, but this generation is afraid of anything." Many in the older generations live in fear of the younger generation because of the lack of morals and values that exist in many of the young people today. Their priorities tend to be the things like what they're wearing, what they're driving, what kind of phone they're talking on, what kind of friends they have. Wow, what kind of life is that? I'll tell you what kind it is. It's an impaired life, a weakened life, a damaged life. It's a life without purpose, a life without meaning. There's a better life than one that's based on pleasure and carnal desires. But to receive it, you must be open and receptive to what I'm about to tell you. In John chapter 10, Jesus said that He came so that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Not to put you under the curse of the law, not to restrict your diet, not to lead you into a boring, dull existence in hopes that one day you might enter the great by and by. Earlier I said, what if I could prove to you that Jesus is real? You see, my life is evidence of His existence. I was sentenced to 15 years in the Missouri Department of Corrections. I became one of the highest ranking members of one of the largest prison gangs in the state. I sold drugs and abused them, led extortion rackets, and had one of the worst reputations in the prison system. Now I'm in college, working full time, repairing broken relationships, and living a blessed life. I've been at the top and at the bottom, counting thousands of dollars in a hotel room to being naked in a padded cell. I've been the life of the party. I've been with beautiful women. And I've been so high I needed a spacesuit. But I promise that nothing on this earth can lift you like Jesus can. Romans chapter 10 verse 11 says, whoever believes in him will not be ashamed. Give him a chance. What you have to lose is small, but what you have to gain is huge. If this video has been enlightening or encouraging, I want to ask you to do 3 things. First, hit the subscribe button, then the bell icon so you can be notified when I release a new video. Second, hit the like icon to give it a thumbs up. Third, leave a comment telling me if God has ever fixed a damaged area in your life or if you want him to help you overcome some area of your brokenness. Once again, I'm Josiah Hall with True Freedom Ministries, and remember, he that the Son sets free is free indeed. Love and praise always. Do it again. Swimming through the ashes of another life, staring down the barrel of a 45, and everyone's pointing their finger. But next time I'm gonna have to charge.